I think I've figured out who Kyle Shanahan reminds me of. I think
Uh-oh.
he's clearly in the tradition of another head coach, and it's not his dad. It's not Bill Belichick. It's someone else.
Okay.
These guys have a lot of things in common. Kyle Shanahan and this coach. I'm going to say what I think they have in common, and you tell me who you think I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Okay. Kyle Shanahan and this coach both are brands. The Shanahan name is a brand. This coach's name is a brand. Okay. Both of these coaches need to be the face of the franchise. It's not just that they are. It's not just that they want to be. They have a need. That is the deal with these guys. They overshadow everything for better or worse. They also have a need to be the star of the offense. They overshadow their running backs, their quarterbacks, their players. Now, they often get good results, but when they do, it is because of them. And when they don't, it is because of the execution, most likely, most of the time. Finally, these guys are never satisfied with their quarterbacks, ever. And they have a long, long history of never being really satisfied with the quarterbacks they have and being envious of some other quarterback down the street. Who do you think I'm talking about? I can give you more hints if you're stumped.
Has this coach won a Super Bowl?
Yes.
More than one?
No.
John Gruden.
Yes. Do you see what I'm saying?
I got to admit, I saw it on Twitter last night.
Oh,
so I cheated.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I see exactly the point that you're making. I mean, those are astute observations. I would argue that what I see from Shanahan in play design is far and above what I have seen from Gruden in years.
Now, I want to say Kyle got his first coaching gig was quality control in Tampa for John Gruden. And he was talking today about, someone asked him about, like, how do you draw up all these different motions and shifts? And it's so intricate. Where does this come to you? He's like, well, I really was first exposed to this by John Gruden in Tampa. It's something that he really believed in, and he shared his philosophy. And so the shifts and motions stuff largely was influenced by Gruden. It just kind of underscores that Gruden's a big influence on Kyle, not just his dad, Gruden.
And you could argue that you see some of the traits that Gruden exudes in his sort of outgoing personality, firing guys. Like, you see it in Kyle Shanahan trying to replicate that. Sean McVay trying to replicate that. I mean, it could concern you as to, having that type of boys club mentality in a modern NFL.
Impression all the time. Like, his personality is a Gruden impression.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, kind of like the Gruden, the private Gruden, the Gruden behind the Gruden that he doesn't show you. Like he has that face that he that's not really him. I'm talking about the guy who's constantly the guy who, like, when Derek Carr messes up, the downer on the sideline.
Yeah.
That you have to hear it from. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Derek Carr has done really well since Gruden's been gone. Last week, he completed like 91% of his passes because every time he messes up, he doesn't have to go back and hear it from Gruden. Right. And now Carr can be the leader of the team. You saw what happened with Henry Ruggs. Carr took it as an opportunity to be a leader and to set the tone for the franchise and how they were going to deal with it emotionally. He did a really good job. He couldn't have done that if Gruden was there. Gruden would have had to handle it.
Right.
So I feel like these guys can actually have a bad effect on their quarterback. Gruden, I would say he absolutely did. Now, he had good years with Rich Gannon, but he was never satisfied with Gannon.
No. And
they're constantly looking for the next guy. He's never had any type of long-term success with any quarterback. And Kyle's going down that road real quick. His, what I want to call bromance with Kirk Cousins, I feel has undercut his relationship with every single quarterback he's had in San Francisco.
Interesting.
Everyone knows, well, he'd rather have Kirk. Kirk doesn't.
He really wanted Kirk.
He really wanted Kirk. I mean, tell me that that's not true of Jimmy Garoppolo. That I don't know. I'd be interested to see what Jimmy's career looks like post Kyle.
Right. can it be saved by someone else? Can the regaining of his confidence turn the corner to what you saw in 2017? What is clear to me, regardless of whose fault it is, whether Jimmy lost it on his own, bears some responsibility for getting it back, Jimmy's a shell of his 2017 self. When I rewatch the tape of 2017 Jimmy at the podium, there's a marked difference in the body language and confidence he exudes in those pressers than any Jimmy I've seen, even after the victory. It's not the same level of confidence he had when he came in here. And I would attribute that to his relationship with Kyle Shanahan in what I've observed.
Yeah. So to me, the issue with both of these guys, Gruden and Kyle, it's not their offensive acumen, it's their personality. Straight up, it's their personality. So for Kyle to like turn the corner or fulfill the promise or reach his ceiling, he would have to really reflect on his personality and people skills and leadership style. And I don't know that like a 42-year-old can do that. I don't know. Maybe he can. He had a really productive bye week, so maybe he can. I don't know, but I think that's what it requires. And look, if it ever came to the point where it didn't work out with him, I think what you're looking for ideally is someone who's not a brand, not a celebrity, someone who's just genuinely enthusiastic about building an offense around the quarterback that they have, not Kirk Cousins.
Maximizing the talent on the team.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. Someone who's on the come up, who's got something to prove, who's not in it to be a celebrity, who's in it to excel in football, and is genuinely enthusiastic about coaching different kind of quarterbacks. Not, I need to coach Kirk Cousins and I'll wait a year. And I don't even want to look at Pat. Like, no, man. And I'm here because I'm, nah, dude. I want. Was Bill Walsh a brand when the Niners hired him out of Stanford? No. Was he rich? No. He had a lot to prove. And when he didn't get Phil Simms, he made it work with Joe Montana. He made it work somehow, some way.
He did.
He certainly did.
Somehow, some way.
Third round pick out of Notre Dame. Anyway.
Yeah, the only thing I can end this segment on definitively is, regardless of that age, I can tell you my life experience dictates the truth that yes, people can change in that way. No question about it in my mind. I've witnessed it firsthand. I've gone through it myself.
All right, fair enough. I'm not that
Kyle?
old. I'm about to be 34, so I don't want to speak where I haven't experienced.
I don't know if Kyle can, but people can.
Mark says Salah's Jets equal 2-6 right now. That's fair. They don't look good at all. But I think, and it's not my job to make excuses for Salah. I think it's fair to compare the Jets right now to the Niners from 2017.
I would agree.
I mean, it's his first year. They have the youngest team in the league. They have the most rookies and second-year players in the league. The Niners were 1-10 that year at a certain point. And if they hadn't made that trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, they most likely would have been 1-15 that year. So I don't know. Wouldn't write them off just yet. I mean, they had Josh Johnson throwing for like 300 last night.
And let's be honest, that early on in new regimes, it's somewhat helpful to have a bad first season and get that low draft pick and utilize that on talent before you turn the corner.
Also, if you're a coach, I think the thing to do, if you haven't inherited a really good team and you're starting over, what you kind of want to do is win enough to keep your job, but lose enough to really keep that bar low.
Right.
Like if you win 10 games year one with a bad team, I mean, people are going to expect 11 next year. You better have 11 next year. If you have 7, I mean, people are like, oh, you're on the hot seat. Oh my God. Just kidding, but kind of serious. Right. Trenton says, dark horse offensive rookie of the year, Elijah Mitchell. That's our next topic. We're going to come back to him. Would a win versus the Cardinals be a solid statement? Yes, they have the number 3 defense in the league. Even if they don't have Kyler Murray, I think Niners should win, but still, number 3 defense in the league.
Yeah, that's a big matchup regardless of what they have on offense. And Colt McCoy, suitable backup.
Yeah, I mean, Colt McKivitz doesn't matter. Niners by 20. 3-3 in division, beat Minnesota, Atlanta, solid path to 7 seed. We're going to take you through the path in a minute, but I like that you're already thinking the wheels are turning. They're
ahead of us.
You're ahead of us. Kyle's tenure at Niner fate was sealed with Stafford, McVay, and Cabo getting a deal done while Kyle was sleeping, mulling over a Stafford to Niners deal. Oh, man.
It will be fun to look back on that and wonder how much Kyle feels, how he feels about missing out on that, because he came close to being in that sweepstakes.
True. The way I interpret it, and I could be wrong, isn't that Kyle was sleeping or that he. I think Stafford wanted to go to the Rams,
Mm.
and I think the Niners expressed their interest first, and I think Stafford was like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's all." I'm not- all right, okay." And then the Rams were like, "What about us?" And he was like, I would much prefer to play and for the Rams and to live in LA. And I think they had a relationship like the Lions general manager came from. I mean, it
He
was
already
almost
had a
like
home in
collusion,
LA.
you know. It was like yeah. So
Yeah.
I
He
don't know if there's
probably
anything Kyle could do
leveraged the
really.
49ers' interest to get the Rams.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything Kyle could do. I think Kyle's mistake was not realizing the Rams were going to pull that move and thinking he had a chance, probably. If that was his final play, then man, you should have called Sean. I mean, that's your buddy. He could have told you, like, yeah, I'm going to make that move. Sorry, don't do it. Make a different plan. Make a different plan.